Greetings, family. Good to see everyone again. Yes, I do go back and try to see who's joined me so I can know who I'm talking to. So it's nice to see those names and faces on the different social media outlets that let me know that you're there. So I appreciate each and every one of you and your consistency and involvement and comments and feedback. That we've had over the last 11, 12 weeks here. I think this is week 12 actually. And a little bit different environment. You might notice I'm back in my office at work, taking a moment to film this because a lot of times when I'm doing these, and just a little behind the curtain scene here, when I'm doing these, a lot of times it's things that I've been thinking about or something that'll happen that will spawn or reinforce the thought that I had for the day or for the week to share with you. So being here in my office, it's it's nice to be back in this environment. I have an excellent team that I have the privilege of working with on a day-to-day basis, whether here or working from home or from our other locations as well. And I wanted to just take a quick minute with even something that was reinforced today for myself that really kind of takes everything that we've been talking about all of the last 11 weeks and sums it up into this week 12 and what's going on, what's next. And I hope I got my days right. Excuse me, that's my email. I hope I got my weeks right as we're talking about it as well, because I want to make sure that it's that it's right. But if it's wrong, just go with whatever's written in the title, not with what I'm saying right this second. But anyway, the whole idea behind this and what I'm thinking about is, it was a whole the first thing that we talked about for several weeks was just what am I, figuring out what you're passionate about and getting started. What were the roadblocks that kept me from getting started with doing Love Factory, which you're watching today, all the way through to what's been going on with the quarantine, with what's happened with the protests and the riots, and just really beginning to formulate what seems like just a way of living that gets results according to what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And I find myself in my office today and having conversations with my leadership team here and putting myself in a position. I say putting myself in a position because it's not something they asked me to do. It's not something that's in my duties to do, but it's something that as we're growing is becoming more and more prevalent and near and dear to my heart, and I'm paying more and more attention to it. And that is centered around our relationships here in the office. So you remember me saying start with the circle of influence that you have. I've started with my office. I've started with talking to my boss and my teammates that are here, and that conversation is now turning into something that we're going to do as part of the organization, where I'll lead some diversity and inclusion and partner with them on some diversity and inclusion activities that we'll be doing here, changing some things that we'll be doing that we have as a part of our core values, creating opportunities in how we just go about our business to make sure that we are being inclusive and that we are looking to help one another and understand one another, even beyond just the actions of doing things that allow people to be included or allow individuals to feel the sense of belonging that we want to and that we say that we want here. So it's exciting to see these things happening, but what it really spoke to for me, and this again is just something where it's coming more from a personal level, and maybe you feel the same way, maybe you're one of the folks that's always been super outspoken, but for me, I've always been kind of a passive participator, and this opportunity is challenging me to, number one, start something once again, just like starting the Love Factory. Number two, getting passionate about what it is. The third thing is getting my circle involved in what my thoughts were and seeing the value that what I have to say brings to the table. And I think when we put ourselves in these positions, yes, I'm giving myself more work, so to speak, but I'm also providing a voice and an avenue and tools and activities and ideas that weren't existing in this space before. So with that, and with my own experience today, I wanted to encourage you to say that, again, when we talk about you having a voice, it's not something that's passive. It's not something where you're yelling from the rooftops. It's literally sometimes just sitting down, stating where your stance is, supporting that, and allowing others to hear and understand and hear and maybe not understand what you're saying. But it allows you the opportunity to see change happen right before your very eyes. And I'm in the middle of that right now as we speak. I'm taking notes. I'm looking at things right now, even as I'm recording this, that are going to shape the way that this company goes forward. It's not my company, but they value my opinion. But it also took me speaking up. So for those of you that are me that have been passive participators, it's time to speak up. You have a voice that needs to be heard. You have a story that needs to be told. And you have an audience that's waiting to hear from you, because only you can reach them. So I encourage you with that today. I hope you've had a fantastic day. For all my fathers out there, I hope you had a fantastic Father's Day. I had no idea with my boys. We'll be hearing from them soon. I know I promised that before, but we're starting to get in a rhythm and a roll now, so we'll do some different things coming up soon. But I really hope that you take that to heart, that your voice is so very valuable. And if you haven't ever felt that way before, if you look at the climate of the world today, your voice is definitely a change agent. And I hope that you'll take advantage of that. Step out of your comfort zone and make it happen. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.